I think before I was a Christian, before I believed that God really existed, I think I would have said to you that there's no way to harmonize reason and science or faith, reason and faith, science and faith. I just didn't think these were categories that could ever be blended in any way. If you believe that God exists, it's an act of pure faith. And if you discover something is true about the natural world, well, we can discover that with science. We can actually decide if something is true on the basis of science. But as I began to investigate the universe as a system, if it's a crime scene, there's going to be things in a crime scene that are going to tell me something about the first cause, right? What would cause this evidence to appear in this crime scene? And I've got to ask the question, can I explain everything that's in that scene by staying in that scene? Because if there's a guy who's in that scene who's been shot, and that's his gun laying next to him, and it's his suicide note laying next to that, and if I can explain everything that's in the room by staying in the room, it's probably going to be an accidental or a suicide. But if I've got good reason to believe that the cause of the gun and the note and the footprints that lead out of the room, those are all best explained by a cause that's outside the room, well, then I have to shift everything to homicide. And I will tell you that as I looked at the universe, I asked the question, can I explain everything that's in the room of the universe? Can I explain the beginning of the universe, the fine-tuning that appears to be in the universe, the origin of life in the universe, the appearance of design and biology, mind and consciousness, free agency, objective moral truths, even the problem of evil? Can I explain that stuff by staying inside the room of the universe? All I get to use is space, time, matter, physics, and chemistry. If I can't explain how those things got there with just space, time, matter, physics, chemistry, if I have to go outside the room for an explanation, and I'm going to do that by looking at science. Is there a scientific explanation for this stuff? Is the information that we see in DNA explainable in any way other than mind? Can we ever explain information any way other than mind? If we can't, the best explanation is something outside of what's available to us in the room. A mind that is the source of all information, that designs in its image other agents, free agents who have minds, who appear to be designed because they are, in a universe that appears to be designed for life because it is. And it's governed by moral laws that we don't get to change or decide. We simply need to recognize them and either bend our knee to them or not. And we even have a standard of righteousness that we think is so transcendent that we see things as truly evil, not just a matter of opinion. How do you get all that? Well, the best explanation is outside the room. And I think that science can drive you outside the room as you see that the explanations we try to find inside the room just don't work. So I no longer think that science and faith are two opposite things altogether. I think that science can bring us to a point where even though we don't have every question we'd like to have answered, even though we're going to have to take a step across the unanswered questions, and you can call that faith, we're going to use science to get us to the door, and then we can decide if we want to walk through it.